Well, Henry, all of our big apparel restock just showed up. I think there's about 6 full pallets of apparel just to make up from everything that we sold out through from Black Friday to December. So finally, we'll have a restock of our Bison t-shirts, our Bison hoodies, our Speedgoat t-shirts, Speedgoat hoodies. When we have like 5 or 6 new t-shirts too coming out that are on these pallets, which we're really super stoked about. Especially if you're in the Facebook group, the User Society, we have something really special for you guys.
Oh no, it's legit.
Where are you putting all these?
Well, a lot of it's restock, so it's gonna go in the apparel merchandise room. Hopefully most of it. A couple new shirts that'll go in that room, but then, you know, whatever we can't fit, just overflow goes on the racking here behind us. But definitely running out of room.
Hey guys, we are out here in my old forging shop, shooting actually some content for our chef's knives. Those chef's knives are dropping next week. We're redoing some of the product videos on that, updating a little bit of our content. It's actually kind of cool because we're still small. We don't have a studio, some fancy place to go do video and photography and all that. So Henry, who's holding the camera right now, still comes out here, sets up all the lights, pushes my 4-wheeler out of the way, and we just kind of get it done. So it's still kind of old school in here. Man, what a busy week. I just actually went to Drummond High School yesterday, talked to a group of freshman kids about life and about making their decisions and schoolwork and how it relates to where I got to, and kind of explained to them that if you're a C student, things might actually work out okay. Or just try to do your best. And I don't care, even if you get that C, as long as you're not having an attitude that's like quitting, sour, poor attitude. Down the road, that work ethic of pushing through. When I was an apprentice and being told what to do and not wanting to do certain things, having a good attitude and being like, well, I don't really want to do this, but I'm going to do it better than anyone else. Speaking of being a C student, the university duck shirts, where I kind of duck hunted my way out of college, those dropped this last week. That's been an awesome response. Appreciate everybody picking one of those up. Tonight is actually a big night for myself and my wife. My daughter Sadie is a senior, and tonight is senior night at the basketball game here at the gym. She's actually going on a full ride scholarship to Carroll College in Helena next year to play basketball. It's just weird because I coached her when she's a little girl, and now it's senior night, and it's the last game she's ever gonna play in this town. So kind of wild. Anyway, big drop coming up, chef's knives, lots of things happening in the shop. We've hired, God, we're up to 52 employees. It's absolutely insane. Things are busy. This is the American dream. Guys, I'm telling you, it's hard to understand. It's hard to put into words. I even heard Joe Rogan talking about this week on his podcast with Colin Noir. And they were debating if Americans really do support American made. Is it important? Can you build a company? The answer is yes. We are that. You guys have supported us. We make our knives in America. We pay good wages, benefits, all that stuff. We started right here in this shop. This had a dirt floor actually in it 18 months ago. Now we're Montana Knife Company, so it's really cool. So thank you. I don't know if I say it enough or if I can say it deeply enough, but thank you for the support.
How's it going, guys? Tristan here with Montana Knife Company. We're here in the shop. We've got a ton going on in here. We just got a bunch of new merch, so we're trying to figure out how to Tetris that into our shelving units here. We're kind of getting tight on space, so this is going to get really interesting in the next couple months. Lots of stuff moving around all the time. We got a bunch of new knife tech hires, as well as some more people upstairs. So we got offices spilling out into hallways and, you know, temporary workstations at folding tables. In here, we're parkerizing some blades, so trying to get you guys some knives on the shelf in stock full time. So we're working on some more of our bread and butter knives that we want to have all the time, stone walls and stuff like that in here. And then the rest of our efforts have been mostly focused on a big push to get you guys some chef's knives out. So over here, these guys are working on some sheaths. We're doing a vast majority of our sheaths in-house these days. We're still getting a few supplemented from our guy Gus, but for the most part, we brought a lot of that in-house. So that's been a huge deal for us. This is our main assembly area. This is where we're doing a lot of the heavy lifting for our chef and fillet drop coming up. Same thing going on all down here. All these racks are pretty much full. We've got our knock-on drop on the shelf ready for the drop tonight. What are you doing, Melissa? Getting you guys some knives. Those are Magna Cut Blackfoots, so those are one of our in-stock models. We're trying to get as many of those just put through the process and on the shelf as we can all the time. So Paris is packaging up some chef rolls. So as you guys can see, we got a super packed house in here, lots of new people, lots going on. Thank you guys for all the support, and we'll keep you updated.
Hey guys, Cole Kramer brought his buddy Brian by the show, and Brian gave me back this bear tooth knife. This is a knife that Cole gave to Brian. Brian owns a butcher shop in Pratt, Kansas. He gave him this blade to use in his butcher shop last January. 12 months later, this knife is completely worn down. This has done 10,150 head of cattle in 12 months. First thing I think about is how much work that is. These guys in these butcher shops working their ass off every single day to put food on our tables and put food in the stores. All the packaging of meat that you see in these stores, I don't care if it's Costco or a small butcher shop, there's a human behind that using a knife like this, cutting up meat. So this is exactly what we want our knives to look like someday, and this is what we talk about with our Generations program. Send your knife in and we will resharpen it for free, and we will send it back. And even when it's worn down like this someday, if we get it in, we're gonna sharpen that and we're gonna send it out that day or the next day for free. So when you send that knife in, fill out the form on our website. You go to the bottom of our website, click the Generations tab, and then fill that form out. And if you have anything wrong or anything specific you need done to it, write it on that form. It's gonna look like you're buying this service, but it's not, it's free. But what you're doing by putting your information in is generating the label that we can then ship that knife back to you. So that doesn't cost anything. You have to pay to ship the knife to us. We will eat the expense and send it back to you on our dime. But make sure you fill that form out. Otherwise, we get these random knives in and we have no idea who they belong to. That form will travel with that knife around the shop, getting whatever it needs done, and then we'll get it back to the rightful owner. This knife is still completely usable if we were to sharpen it. Now, he gave it back. Cole actually gave him a new one for 2024 to use in the butcher shop. The point is we are working knives for working people. A guy like Brian in Pratt, Kansas working in his butcher shop, that's as working people as it gets. This is what we want our knives to look like. Don't worry about dinging up your knives. Don't worry about scratching them. Don't worry about a little bit of patina on them or a little bit of rust. Sharpen them up, put them to work, and make it look like this.
All right, folks, the giveaway this week is a chef knife. One of these three, either the Bighorn, the Santoku, or the Petty. We haven't decided yet. It will be a surprise. Hopefully you'll be happy with whatever we send you. All you have to do is like, subscribe to this YouTube video, comment below, and then sign up for our email list.